Hey, and welcome to week 32 of the Real DVD Watchers on Wednesdays. It's me. That's right, this douchebag right here, Tom. So this movie that I decided to review today is something that, it's one of those movies that you watch as a kid and it still carries through to you even when you're almost 25. Nonetheless, I have loved this movie ever since I first saw it because I have memories of just wanting to grow up and be these guys. It's really weird how that never panned out. Why did I turn this into like a sad sack story about my life? Anyway, this movie is just absolutely great. If anything, this movie has taught me that if someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes. It's Ghostbusters. And I'm pretty sure some of you are saying, "Oh, Tom, what's that black writing all over your DVD?" I'm really glad you asked that question. Well, you see, back in May of 2008, I was at a comic book convention, and Ernie Hudson happened to be there. That's right, Ernie Hudson, a.k.a. Winston Zedmore from the Ghostbusters. And I got him to sign my copy. On the front it says, Tom, who you going to call? Then on the inside, I got him to sign it twice. It says, Tom, if someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes. It's my favorite line from the first movie. And he said it, so I had to get it on here. So what this movie is about, it starts off about three main paranormal doctors. Dr. Peter Venkman, played by Bill Murray. Dr. Ray Stantz, played by Dan Aykroyd. Dr. Egon Spengler, played by Harold Ramis. And they're pretty much working at the University of New York in the parapsychology department. And they are investigating more and more paranormal disturbances. And what happens is this one New York Public Library worker goes down into the stacks, and she actually sees a ghost, so they go to investigate it. And they all have a nice dynamic between them because Bill Murray, he does believe, but he's very much a skeptic in some ways. He always looks for a logical answer, and also he's predominantly the player. Ray Stantz, played by Dan Aykroyd, he is such a kid. He loves everything. Everything to him is a new adventure. And everything to him, he just loves it so much. And then we have Dr. Egon Spengler, who's played by Harold Ramis. He is very much a man of science. He looks for logical explanations. He is interested in the paranormal, but he's always looking at it from a scientific point of view, which adds a really good contrast. So they go to investigate the disturbance at the at the library, and they actually see a full floating ghost. And it's the librarian ghost, who everyone always remembers. And so, as they investigate, they pick up ectoplasm and they see weird stackings of books. And then there's by far one of the greatest scenes ever is when they decide that someone should actually talk to the ghost. And oh, I love this scene. And Bill Murray is actually talking to her. He's like, "Hey, how's it going? You enjoying being dead?" And she just goes, "Shh." And he goes, "I got nothing." And then Stantz goes, "Okay, guys, I got an idea. Just follow me." So they slowly creep up on her, and I'm wait for it, and then he just goes, "Get her!" And they go, "Wah!" And then the ghost turns into her spooky look, and they just run out of there. It's absolutely great. And then from then on, we get into the actual story, which is about this woman, Dana Barrett, played by Sigourney Weaver, who pretty much gets this disturbance in her household where she opens up her eyes. She opens up her fridge and she sees a hellhound, and it says the name Zool at her. And then it becomes kind of like this big movie, understanding that Zool is the minion of Gozer. Gozer is the destroyer coming to kill the world. The reason why, it never really explains why, but Dana's apartment was built by the biggest worshiper of Zool, and it was built as a conduit for Zool to come into our reality. And it's just a really great movie with great laughs and great ghosts. Slimer's in this movie, for everyone who remembers Slimer. It's just such a great movie. Now, this was the first Ivan Reitman movie that I've ever seen. It blew me away. truth be told, just because everything looks good. Like, even the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, I know he looks a little bit wonky now. Back then, he looked so good. I mean, it's just great. The ghosts all look really, really great, because the ghosts almost have like a cartoonish aspect to them with the way how they look. And I think that makes it work well with the adult audience and the kid audience, because it makes you feel like a kid and you're just in such wonder. And the proton packs look really good. It's an unlicensed nuclear accelerator strapped to someone's back. So it's just going to be all kinds of fun. The acting in this movie is superb. Everyone knocks it out of the park. Even the minor characters like Rick Moranis as Louis Telly. Oh my God, such a great nerd who's in love with Dana Barrett, aka Sigourney Weaver. Oh, it's just phenomenal. Even the chick who plays Gozer does such a good job. Oh, and Walter Peck. I always forget who plays him, but you notice him. Such a great job as a pretentious asshole. It's just a great movie. The editing is really great. The camera work is really, really great. The use of special effects is good, especially considering the time. Everything had to be practical. So, oh my God, it just looked amazing. Honestly, this movie's amazing. If for some reason you haven't seen this movie, because I actually know that some people out there actually haven't seen this movie, which is a travesty, go out and see it. Because it's just excellent. I have not met a single person who was like, I hate Ghostbusters. It was a dumb movie. Honestly, I've never met anyone who said that, because basically everyone who watches as a child growing up in the 80s has memories of playing Ghostbusters, and I think that's what stuck with us all, at least with my generation. The reason why we love Ghostbusters so much is because, for us, they were superheroes. They were real superheroes as compared to people like Spider-Man and those other people, because some people actually do believe ghosts do exist. So for them, being a Ghostbuster is something that they could do. And I think that's what makes it so special. The fact that everyone has, at least that I've known, has wanted to be a Ghostbuster at one time or another. So this movie has struck a major chord, and also it struck a sequel and a video game and a whole entire series of comic books. Not to mention the frickin' toy line and the TV show. But nonetheless, this is a great movie. It takes place in New York, so if you're like me, you come from a big city, you're going to love this movie too. Even if you come from a small city, you're going to love it. Nonetheless, though, if I had to give this movie a rating out of 1 to 10, I'd definitely give it a 10. It's a great movie with great acting, great everything. Just check out this movie. You will not be disappointed. And if you are, I honestly don't know what to say if you're disappointed in this movie, because there's nothing to be disappointed in at all. So, that was my review. Thanks for watching. Matt is up tomorrow, as always. And I will see you guys next week. So, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters.